Hello and welcome to the I Do Wedding Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Nina Adio, a social media marketing expert specific to the wedding industry. On this show, I discuss tips to help you DIY your social media, as well as getting the confidence and income to outsource it. Thank you for allowing this episode to come through on your Bluetooth, your car radio, wherever it may be you're listening from today. Now, let's take your wedding business to the next level. Hey guys, and welcome back. Nina here, and we are talking about Pinterest today. I'm very excited about this. I'm always excited to sit and chat with you, but I'm particularly excited to talk about Pinterest. I have fallen this past quarter really into a Pinterest rabbit hole, if you will, and there is someone to blame. My friend Emily Foster Creative. She does websites for wedding professionals, and she had like 1,000 pins scheduled. That's an over exaggeration, but maybe not if you know Emily. And she was talking to me about why she's enjoying Pinterest and why she is kind of going all in with it and using it so heavily. So that is what we are going to be talking about today. I'll tell you what you need to set up your profile effectively, why it works so well. And then I think I'll go into some of my accounts and explore what the most popular pins have been. So, if you missed last week, we spoke about how in house events can bring major marketing opportunities. So, maybe if you're looking at your calendar and you're noticing some available dates, or maybe you want to get some weekday traffic, listen to that episode about in house events. And I also talk about how vendors who aren't venues can leverage this as well. Okay, so let's talk Pinterest. I'm going to assume that you either have a personal Pinterest account that you are using, maybe one for your business that you use personally, or one for your business that you created years ago and haven't paid much attention to. All of these are okay. So, whether you are starting one today or you relate to something I just said, that's fine. But what you want to make sure is that your Pinterest is a Pinterest business account so that you can have access to analytics and advertising options. Okay. So if you think you're going to be using Pinterest to advertise, then having that business account is really great. And you're going to want to make sure that you verify your domain. So when you're in Pinterest, they will give you the steps and tools to do that, and you'll kind of just follow along with the prompts. It shouldn't be too challenging. I'm looking at one of my accounts now to see if it comes up. Yes, it will say verify your status, action needed, and you kind of just click and follow along there. And then you're going to want to make sure, just like we do with Instagram all the time, guys, I talk about having an optimized Instagram profile. You want that with your Pinterest too. So you'll want a professional or relevant profile picture with a bio that reflects that you are a member of the wedding industry, that you are a wedding business, where you service, and so forth. Then the fun is going to come when you start creating boards. You want boards that, of course, align with your brand and business, but also things that will relate to people who are searching. Right? They're looking to find something for their wedding planning. So let's say you have a venue that is in Maine. Okay. What's what's a city in Maine? Uh, Sorry, I'm making myself laugh because I just picked Maine on the fly. So let's say you are in, I don't know if it's Bangor, like Bangor, Maine. So let's do Portland, Maine. Okay, you're in Portland, Maine. And look, your venue is called the Portland Chapel House. Can you see this going downhill? No. Okay. So if you have a board called Portland Chapel House, so that's good. Okay, because if people are searching you, you'll come up. But maybe we should also have a board that's Portland, Maine, weddings, Portland, Maine, wedding venues, because we want you to be able to play into those searches as well. So when you're creating your boards, that's what I mean when I say they're aligned with your brand in business as well as wedding planning. So you want to kind of change those around to be about you, to be about wedding planning, and to be about the two put together. Now, Pinterest does very well with visuals, and I particularly find that video content right now is working for me really well on Pinterest. So, when I have high quality images, those are great, they're good to go. But I noticed that if I have edited, let's say you have a Canva graphic file that you upload as part of a carousel or even as its own single image on Instagram. I will take an element of that and make it animated to make it a video pin instead of a still pin. And I find that those perform really well. You also want to be pinning regularly. So I won't only just be creating my own pins, I will repin relevant things as well. So sometimes I will create kind of themed wedding boards, inspiration boards, things like that, that maybe you could do Maine wedding favors. I almost said Wayne because I'm saying weddings and Maine together. Okay. But you can do maybe Maine wedding favors, things that will be relevant still, but will help you have the ability to repin. And of course, search your venue. Photographers use Pinterest. Lots of people do. So you'll be able to find that when you're pinning and in your pin description and board titles, like I mentioned earlier, with having the Portland, Maine in it, you want to be using keywords. So Portland, Maine wedding venue, Portland, Maine weddings, if you were a lakefront wedding, things that are your keywords. And then as you start playing with Pinterest, you can consider doing Pinterest ads to reach a larger audience. I have tested Pinterest ads on my own business. I have not had to do them for clients yet. So if you know somebody who is a Pinterest ads expert who might want to be on the show, let me know. And I think that could be a great topic for us to discuss. But you want to also review your performance. You want to be going into those analytics to understand which pins and which boards are performing well. That's how I was able to see that my video content was working, because I was going in to monitor which pins were doing well. You also want to be sharing valuable content. So, very often with your blogs, you're blogging valuable content. So, that works really well to then creating pins for them. So you look at all the information that you already have existing on your website, and then you repackage it as a pin. It can be a kind of, for me at least, it's a fun project. You kind of take a slower period in your week. I took a slow week and I just went pin crazy, and it was a lot of fun. So let's go into some of these results, and then we'll get into why I like Pinterest so much as a platform. So, the first top pin I'm seeing, and I'm going to be discreet here because it's someone else's content, but it's what makes their niche different and why you may need it. So, let's just use a broad example. Well, we can say what makes Maine weddings different and why you may want to consider it. And that pin this month was the top clicked to their website, and it had 72 clicks in this month, and it was created back in April. So that's what we're going to get into about what's to love about Pinterest. It's that your content can keep generating life. It's evergreen. So something about what makes your business different, relevant, etc. A pin on that linking. Okay, this linked to a blog post all about it, which then led people to inquire to work with them. That has been working for months to get people to the website. Another account's top pin was the example I gave you where we took a blog post, we made a Canva template for it, but then we made part of it an animation so that this could be posted as a video post, which helped the pin, which really is what I think helped it to receive more views. Because when I'm looking at their top pins, it is the ones that are creating video views that are coming up on the top.